Hello everyone, this is the program Capital Ideas Life and I'm the host, Michael Gibson. In one of our previous programs, I had the chance to visit a real Russian bathhouse. Here's how it was. I liked it so much that we decided to dedicate an entire program to the Russian bathhouse, or Bania. Today we will learn everything about the traditions of the Russian bathhouse business. We will visit the most famous bathhouse in Moscow, and of course, we will have a proper Russian Bania. As you can see, I even prepared myself and bought the most important Russian Bania accessory, a real oak venik. They say you can't do without it in the Bania.
Today on the program, the Sandunovsky Baths, the most famous bathhouse in Moscow. The difference between a Russian bathhouse and a Finnish sauna. How a British businessman became a Russian farmer.
The Sandunovsky Bathhouse, or Sanduni, as it is called by Muscovites, is located in the very center of Moscow on Nigliana Street, not far from Trubnaya Square. It is located just under a mile from the Moscow Kremlin. The most famous bathhouse of the Russian capital came into existence due to the romantic love story of two actors in the court theatre of Empress Catherine the Great, Sila Sandunov and Elizabeth Uranova. The actors met at the theatre and passion between them immediately erupted. But Elizabeth was loved by a man called Bezborodko. He tried by all means to win the heart of the actress and in turn humiliate her lover. In desperation, Elizabeth turned for help to her patroness, the Empress. She felt sympathy for the lovers and ordered them to be married. And as a wedding gift, she gave the newlyweds diamonds. Later, the couple moved to Moscow. The diamonds were sold and they used the funds to build the bathhouse. There are two dedicated entrances to the men's and women's sections of the Sandunovsky Bathhouse, indicating the appropriate sections for each gender. Wow! Every time when I come to Sanduni, I'm always so impressed how this place looks like a palace. The last renovation of the Sandunovsky Bathhouse took place in 1896, where the wooden building was replaced with a stone building. Since then, almost nothing has changed in the interior. Each room of the bathhouse was designed in its own style: Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque, and Rococo intermingle here. There is even an antique pool. Recently, the Sandunovsky Bathhouse complex was given the status of a Moscow Cultural Heritage Site. Sanduni. These are perhaps the most famous public baths in Moscow. Previously, Pushkin, Chekhov, Tolstoy all used to wash here. And now popular artists, politicians, movie actors and ordinary Muscovites often come here. After all, it is not without good reason that they say everyone is equal in the bathhouse. The Sandunovsky Baths often served as a filming location. For example, the famous film director Sergei Eisenstein shot scenes for two of his films here. For his film Battleship Potemkin, a scaled-down copy of the battleship sailed through a storm in the swimming pool at the Sandunovsky Baths. You can't usually shoot here, but today is Tuesday. This is a cleaning day. Therefore, our film crew has a unique opportunity to look at Sanduni in great detail. This is the so-called soap room, the place where the Sandunovsky Baths begin. Visitors wash here, soak their oak leaves or venik made of twigs, and prepare for the steam room. According to legend, the famous Soviet poet Vladimir Mayakovsky liked to sit on this bench. In memory of him, there is a sign here that says, "A man who keeps up with the times washed here." They say that the only person who could visit Sanduni on the sanitary cleaning days was the great Russian opera singer Fyodor Shaliapin. He lay down on one of the marble benches here and enjoyed the fabulous acoustics. Despite its historical status, the Sandunovsky Bathhouse is the foremost location where Muscovites and guests of the capital come to take a steam bath. Vitaly, hello. A pleasure to meet you.
Hello, Michael.
I have my own venik and a hat. What do we do next?
Welcome to the oldest and most famous bathhouses in Moscow.
Vitaly Soldatov is officially registered as a professional washerman, as there is technically not a profession of steamer in Russia. It's advised that you prepare a venik 7 to 10 minutes before going into the steam room. It should be thoroughly steamed in warm water so that the dry leaves are drenched in moisture.
The purpose of the whisk is to warm up the body in a balanced way. We traditionally have several kinds. We have oak and we have oak and eucalyptus. We're going to use oak ones because they're best for fanning the steam. Also, it's best when you don't do it yourself, but when someone else does it.
The Sandunovsky Bathhouse is a classic Russian bathhouse. There are 3 men's public baths and 2 women's baths. Each section has its own type of steam.
Here we have 4 types of steam. In all the sections, they occur at different times. For example, horseradish. Horseradish root is taken, grated, and then steamed. For an hour, it is steeped in hot water. It is strained. Here, the grated part is put in the steam room on special shelves, and water is added. And then there is the mountain mint steam service, and the most popular type of steam is probably pine.
A steam bath with a venik in a Russian bathhouse is like a massage. It relaxes and relieves tension all over the body. According to bathhouse attendants, the main thing during a visit to the bathhouse is to take your time and enjoy a good steam. It is said that the Sandunovsky Baths is the best in the city. It is all thanks to a special stove, the heart of the bathhouse. It is not the stones that are heated in it, but special metal pots. It's believed that the optimal temperature for Russian baths is not more than 90 degrees, with humidity of 60 to 65%. Guys, that was a blast. Traditionally, after a visit to the steam room in a Russian bathhouse, it is customary to take a dip in cold water. At the Sandunovsky Baths, you can do it in a pool or in a wooden barrel like this. The water in it is almost ice cold. After the bathhouse procedure, you can drink tea, eat, or discuss important matters with business partners. There is even a special booth for this. In this booth, we can see photos of the founders of the Sandunovsky Baths and photos of the historical interiors. The upper men's lounge is built in the Gothic style. A heavy, massive wooden ceiling, wrought iron fixtures, and paintings on the walls. Under the ceiling, there is an original mosaic by the Russian artist Vladimir Frolov depicting Vesuvius. To put it simply, it all looks like the living room of a medieval castle. It used to be said that before making an important decision or before making a long journey, it's necessary to go to the bathhouse and take a steam bath, which is what we did. We have 130 kilometers journey ahead of us. We're going to the Vladimir region. Our film crew heads to the small village of Krutovo, to the agri farm Bagdarnia, a small place where a British entrepreneur managed to recreate the atmosphere of a real Russian manor. John and Nina, it's a real pleasure.
Hello? Hi?
I hear you have a lovely bathhouse.
Mike? Unfortunately, we don't have a bathhouse. We do have a sauna. There's a 3-story tower right over there. That's the sauna. It's not quite ready yet. We just started heating it. So now we can give you a tour of our complex.
Yes, thank you. Super, thank you. John Maxwell Kapiski is a British entrepreneur, founder, and owner of Bania Farm. John was born in London. After graduating from school, he interned at a large steel company. Later, he managed its branches in Bangladesh, Pakistan, and South Africa. In 1982, he became head of a British coal company. In the early 90s, he came to Russia for the first time on a business trip, and that trip changed his life forever.
I came to Russia on a business trip in December of '91. I was here for 3 days. After that, I went back to London, handed them my resignation, and said, I've decided to live in Russia. Here. I want to live in Russia.
Right after 3 days. Such a strong feeling.
Yes. After 3 days. How can I explain? Dad was Polish, so I tell you, half of my genes were already Slavic. That's why in just a few days, I felt at home. How can I explain it? I can't. How do you explain love? I think I have the most beautiful and intelligent wife in the world. That's my love. And another person might think she's not beautiful at all. I really liked the culture here. Great possibilities. Everything.
And this stone tower with an annex formerly was used to make fodder for the animals. Now there is a sauna for guests. That's where we're heading right now.
There was a horse in this tower that would walk in a circle, tamping down piles of hay. And at this time, we had gone on a big trip with the kids to Solovki Island. And we were so inspired there. Everything is in that style. So we decided to build a tower like that.
Only the frame remains of the former tower. Nina herself designed the new sauna. According to her, she personally studied the technical drawings of the complicated constructions of the real old fortress towers. The stones for finishing the outer part of the wall were collected here on the territory of the farm complex.
And we procure stones from our fields. We have fields everywhere. We even have special machines. There is a texture to the soil here. When the glaciers melted, these stones were dragged along. And so every year we collect small and large stones in the fields, even huge ones.
Our sauna is already ready. I'm very curious how it all looks inside. Oh, wow. It's a great, cozy, lovely little space. Oh, okay. So we've arrived in the steam area. But first of all, I need to get changed. The tower has 3 floors connected by a wooden spiral staircase. The sauna is small. A maximum of 5 people can be accommodated here at a time. So everything you need is here. Towels, bathrobes, slippers. Great. And so, I'm ready. A Finnish sauna is different from a real Russian bania, primarily in the quality of the steam. In the sauna, it is drier, and the air here is heated to 100 to 120 degrees Celsius. Oh, it's really hot in there. But actually, it seems that I can regulate a more comfortable temperature myself. Very handy. At such a high temperature in the Finnish sauna, it is recommended that you stay in no longer than 10 minutes. After steaming, as in the Russian bania, you can take a dip in cold water. And after that, you can go back to the steam room or just relax. On the third floor of the tower, there's a lovely room to relax in. There's delicious tea and biscuits, some yummy looking honey, and it's possible to just enjoy the relaxing atmosphere. Today we've had a really hot day and a lot of steam. I've managed to visit 2 bathhouses at once and I've never felt quite so clean in my life. You've been watching Mike Gibson. See you in the next programs. Bye.
A Big Asia Ltd production. This program was produced with the support of the Department for External Economic and International Relations of the Moscow government.